Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So no message today, we're just gonna hop in and I tried to, these cards are massive. So we're using the Syrian Starseed Tarot. So I had frostbite when I was little, so my left hand is like smaller than the other hand. It's super tiny. So let's see. They're gonna be a little bit difficult to shuffle. I'm gonna have to shuffle them this way. So message is nothing. What do we need to know? I feel like that's the most important question all the time to ask. And you always get the right guidance. Because when you have a specific question you want, you kind of pigeonhole spirit to stay within that box. But when you say, what do we need to know? It really opens it up to unlimited possibilities. So they said 5. Okay. Sorry, I just gotta put some energy in it because it's hard to shuffle. So there's 1. Okay, so first one to come out was 10 of Cups. So 10 of Crystals. So something about money and security. We have Ace of Cups and an emotional, something to do with feeling like you don't have enough money. Hold on. Okay, so I see like 2 scenarios here. Just let me see if these are all, not really. We're not gonna take reversals actually. They all showed up in reverse, but we're not. Okay, that's decided. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one. Maybe these are from the deck that got pushed to the back because they're so hard to work with. My tiny hands can't deal. Okay, let me show you the cards again in the upright. So, 10 of Crystals. That picture actually makes me really happy. I would like to go there and just chill. Maybe meditate. So here in the upright, as I said before, wasn't having enough money, but this is saying, yes, all of this has built this crystal clear foundation for you. Each step was a stepping stone. And then when you look at the top, I'm being drawn to the peacock. And the peacock doesn't need to like shake its tail feathers. It's like, I know that I'm gorgeous. I know that I'm beautiful with all my glory. But I don't need to go out there and be like, look at me. Because it's just a quiet confidence. And with that quiet confidence, I feel like that's new for you because this is an Ace of Cups, and so that's a new emotional adventure. It's a new phase that you're not used to feeling this way. And the reason why you're not feeling comfortable quite yet, I feel, okay, so it's almost like I either have doubt in this new emotional thing that maybe not enough worthiness for it because of past karma, that doubt of it, or being so excited or nervous that almost gonna race off the finish line and not feeling like you're as confident to go smooth. Either way, it's gonna go. There's a little bit of emotion in there that is good for you. Because this old karma, what I'm getting is you completed. You didn't beat it. You just completed it. There was no win or lose. It is what it is, they say. And so sometimes we do have to make tough decisions, especially when it leads us to being stuck in a karmic loop. So when you look here, we have the water, and the water is kind of like lifting into this bubble. And there's this pit, and I feel like this is a pit of despair. And it's like lifting, it's reaching. It's like the saying for the lotus, no mud, no lotus. So from that pit of despair, whatever kept you in that karmic loop, it really made you reach up for the light. You had to embrace something new. And that's why this new emotional adventure, it's like excited because you haven't had it and you're so proud of yourself to get out of that, but scared and nervous because you never had it, and it's the same. So the next one to come out is the Ace of Crystals. And so cups and crystals are the only thing here. So the only thing here on this board is emotional fulfillment and security fulfillment. There's no mental intellect to take into charge. These crystals, this one, it's sitting here in the sun. And the thing with crystals, when you put them in the sun or the moonlight, is they charge themselves. So that's where all this clarity came. Each step out of your karmic loop or cycle, you finally got to this, where, like, again, it's a quiet confidence. So what's the next one we have? It's the Sage of Cups. Now, just let me check real quick, because I want to say that the Sage is the page, but not positive. Did they put those like at the end with a category of their own? Because none of them have that. Oh, so it goes the Seeker, the Adept, the Sage. So this is Queen energy. Nice. Okay, so a Sage is a queen apparently. And so Queen of Cups, loving. Oh, she's the most loving of all the queens, right? We look at her and it's funny because her cleave, when I went in, not to be drawn to that, but when I did, I saw a heart on her heart. And so what about this cup do you want to share with me, Queen of Cups? They're bringing it to here, and it's all these that fell. Hey, look, there's a heart in the ground. And these were tears, they said. And so that's what happened from this pit of despair. You cried so much to the point where there was no much to cry. Nothing else to cry. It did become empty and void. It was like that cup got tipped upside down and every drop was gone. And so once you had an empty cup, then you could start to think clear. That's why there's no swords here, because you saw clear, because all emotion, it was the emotion that was clouding everything. It was the emotion telling you stories. Oh, you're not worthy enough. No, you can never have that. So whatever karmic completion, you just go, I'm getting chills. This is so good. So whatever emotions you're kind of trying to navigate right now, I'm getting just brand new everything with the Ace of Cups and then the Ace of Crystals. Same. What about this? They're saying you worked really, really hard for this and you deserve it. Actually, what you deserve is this. But I'm seeing because you completed whatever this karmic thing is, it left you in the void. When you finally got to the void and there was no more emotion or anything there, that's where this Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups emerged and lifted it out, right? That's where it started lifting. The heart drew you to these new opportunities. One is a brand new emotional something, right? That could be meeting someone. It could be a partnership. It could be a friendship. It could be whatever it is. It's coming along with people who see your heart, the people who aren't in this karmic pattern, but the queen is sitting there, and this is her cup. Hey, look, it's the same cup. So now this queen comes to you and she offers this full cup that's overflowing. Do you take it? Because what I'm getting is that someone is being offered this cup. Like, hey, I really like you. Here's a cup of love. Will you take it? And then the other person, not knowing it's almost kind of being trapped in this bubble. It's almost been like been isolated and protected for so long that when she shows up with this cup, it's like, is this cup poisoned? Is it something? And again, that's the intellect, that's the swords. There are no swords here. And so for the last little thing, just a little bit of karma is to pop that bubble of doubt. There is no room for mental anything when it comes to water and emotions. Just let it flow. And I'm here saying, if you gotta cry, cry. If you gotta yell, yell. Because a lot of times we're angry and we don't speak up for what we want. But because we're angry, it's actually very healthy for you to say, hey, I don't like that. This is out of my boundary. I'm going to this 10 of crystals and they're showing me all the jewels in the middle. I was like, when are you going to get to the jewels? Like, obviously it's the one thing that stands out the most there. And it's like, here's this wishing well. And you wished and you wished and you wished and you wished when you were in this hole, in the void. And so Spirit's saying, you've done the work, you've released so much, you've surrendered so much that it's coming true. You got a clear heart that is now ready to be filled up. You've got, now that it's so full, it's overflowing. And now that it's overflowing, now that you're in this loving energy, that's where the crystals come in. That's where now because you're so much love, everything that you touch is supercharged with super love. And that love, crystals are programmable and you can charge them. So because you're so high vibration, you're in this queen of, you're a sage. You've got so much love. Like you are, I almost like, it was like, it's getting cheesy in here, but it was like, what did my guide say? A doctor of love? Like, it's like, you know, you could talk to people. I don't know if maybe you have a job that's like couples counseling or just a spiritual counselor or something like that. But what you have to offer, the things that you say because they're from your heart, like you help so many people. They're like, wow, so-and-so got out of this and we know what they were stuck in and we know the mental loops that they were in. And so for them to excel and raise themselves to such a high level, how can I do that? And now this queen, this sage, is like, I've got sage advice. I know how to work the heart and how to raise its frequency to make anything I touch turn to gold. Because really, when your heart leads the way, the heart is the one who has the plan. It's the map. That's why there's this 10 of crystals. You will get here. I don't feel like, okay, it's either you're working your way up to here and you got your first crystal and you're realizing that your wishes and your hopes and dreams are worth it and you can go for it, or you've got it already, it's in your face, and you're scared that you don't think you deserve it or you haven't done enough work for it or worthy. And Spirit's saying, you are worthy. Every single one of these was a lesson, a karmic lesson that brought you higher and higher and higher. There's a spirit coming in and they're saying, my child, like you've been through so much. And you weren't supposed to go through that much. But you're one of those rebels who really likes to take things head on. And so we did let you go a little bit more into the depth. And we do know that it was harder to come from there. But you're not there anymore. You're really not there. And so there is something so simple of, I feel like the past is just a little bit lingering. And it's just one thing to detach from that. Like it's like, I see this lotus root, you know how they have like roots in there, down in there. It's almost just letting go of one thing and then you like float away. So Spirit, Okay, I was gonna say anything else, and then when I got here, I went right into the crystal, and the crystal was talking. So let me see what the crystal. Frig. Okay. Okay. So in this reading, they are expressing that they would like for us to work a little bit more with quartz. Because when I went into the quartz and I started doing it, it's almost like I just held it and I heard like, it almost was like a computer or phone, and it was like programming me, where I'm like, crystals are programmable. And it's like, hey, we've already got the information we want. We've got the information you need to fill up this hole. And when this hole is filled up, it's actually the cup that fills. You can't tell, but this is a cup. Oh, this way, see? Woo, there's the cup. It's just karma has kept it spilling out. And so they're saying for the crystals, that the crystals already have the knowledge and wisdom that you want. And so for you now, and then when I did it, it was like, doo, 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 and it was like a computer, or it almost was like, wasn't quite the old school like dialing tone. It was like a beep of sorts, like doo, 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 doo. And then it just activated something. And so quartz crystals really wants us to go in and see what information they saved for us. They look like some of the most, right? Quartz is so abundant. We see quartz everywhere, but there's so much knowledge inside them. So it's for you to look with your eyes and not see just the most basic whatever, because each one, if you see this light in it, where did this crystal grow? At what time period did it grow? What energy has it harnessed and contained in it? Right? There's all the land, all the elementals and everything. It knows the story. And so if you need a little bit of knowledge or wisdom to get yourself out of that hole, how to fill up your cup, it's just saying maybe take some time to meditate with quartz. Just hold it in your hands, however you feel called to hold them. I always find, right, different parts on your hands is the body. I don't know if it's this way or this way. I get it wrong every single time. I made a post once and then I looked, I'm like, damn, I said it the wrong way. But it's like your body. So either this is your spine or this is your spine, and like this is your heart, whatever. And so when you, however you hold it, I find that I've got a lot of crystals. Of course I do. But you intuitively know how to hold it. It's like your hand grasps it, and it like almost like your hand fits in the perfect spot. And just trust that. Don't try to, like, you know, you read a book and it's like you have to do your mudras this way and do this. It is beneficial. There is an element to each one. But let the crystal tell you what to do. Let the crystal teach you. I've learned so much from crystals, and it's interesting that they're coming back because I haven't been working with them much. But then last week, I had my little friend over and I was teaching him about rocks. And ever since then, it's just kind of that passion has sparked again. Started making jewelry. This one's a little too big, but the healing. Rocks and crystals have so much healing properties to them. And you know, that's almost like a beginner gateway to spirituality. But what spirit wants you to say or know is like, yeah, they all have the metaphysical whatever properties to it, but they don't want you to be so reliant on what other people's expectations or theories of them are. They want you to sit down with the crystal and get the information that you get from it. And as out there, or whatever it is, like you can look at other people's references to kind of help guide you, but the main guide should be the crystal. I remember one time I love Akashic Records stuff. So I went into this one crystal and I didn't know what it was. So I was like, hey, let's just do experiment and check into this crystal's Akashic Records. And it was a tumbled argonite. Like normally it's like one with like different things, but when you tumble it, it's like a circle within a circle within a circle. And of course it's not there. I went into the Akashic Records, and it started telling me all about the things and how it was created and how it was made. And then he's like, the crystal was like, I'm almost like a turtle shell. And I was like, what? And then actually when I went later to go look at people's research, right, I got the information from the crystal first, and then I don't remember, this was so long ago, but it was either the same formation that turtle shells is made is the same as this rock, or else it was like, it actually had something to do with turtle shell. And that blew my mind. And ever since that moment, I was like, wow, these really do give you so much information. And look at these steps. How much information, like, you, step by step by step by step. So there's a lot of wisdom that's available for you to tap in. And then, as I said, quartz, don't even get me started on all these ones. Although that one is a quartz too. It's just an amethyst, and amethyst is a quartz. It's just different color. But these ones, we got ruby and emeralds, and I don't know what the blue one is. But it's for you to go out there and explore. There's a lot of wisdom at your fingertips at this moment, because, let's wrap it up now. You beat this karmic completion of whatever this void is. And in this void, you filled up your cup. And by filling up your cup and realizing that happiness and joy and peace was the ultimate energy, it lifted you out of your karmic pattern. You then became the Queen of Cups, who has sage advice. You're very, very smart. So everywhere you go out now, everything you touch is so abundant with love that no matter what you touch now, it's gold. Because your heart will always give you what you need. And in this, we've got such new golden wisdom to come to you. And this is the first card that came out at the start of it. And it was like, do I deserve this? And the answer is yes, you do, because you've done the work. And if you don't feel like you've done the work, maybe there's just a little bit of knowledge that needs to solidify that makes you feel confident in obtaining it. Because that knowledge really is wisdom, which is your greatest power. Love and wisdom. Those are huge. So you felt like you didn't, at the beginning of the reading, it was like not quite deserving it. But after all that knowledge, all that wisdom, everything is solidified and cemented. You're going to be so confident. You're going to be like, look at all the hard work I did. Like, look at her. She's just like, look at all my jewels. I did this and this and this, and let me tell you about this. And then this step over here, I learned this. And then it's not even needing to go out and brag because you're so smart now. You have so much knowledge. I think that it's those who don't know are the ones who speak the most. And so that's why this peacock is like, I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna let those others go and learn and build their own staircase up here. And then they'll get it one day. But for now, you get it. And if you don't get it, there's just a little bit of knowledge that needs to help you solidify your confidence. Because if you find that you are in the mental, we gotta let that go. There was no swords in this. There was no wands. It was not like passion and fire to go out and force things. It was soft and loving and nurturing and flowing. And again, that's the heart is gonna make everything happen. So we'll leave it there. Have a good day. And this was a pretty reading. It wasn't about treachery and towers. So don't let that take up your mental space. They're not here. This is an exciting time, and I'm happy for you. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.